from Daryl.
Hi folks, we're in Holyrood and we're with the RCMP here. They're doing their safety campaign kickoff and shortly they're going to be going. So I'm going to do some videotaping and recording, and you guys are all seeing this live now, and hopefully our signal works good. So unlike last night. So anyway, I'll keep this going until either the batteries run out or we drop out our signal. So here's we're live here now. So
live, okay.
Yeah, good. This is Corporal Jolene. She was on the show last night.
Hello, everybody.
And we're going to listen to her in a few minutes, and she's going to tell us about this campaign again and some more details. So anyway, I'll just keep the thing running, and you can all watch it. So. There's lots of mosquitoes here today. Anyway, we're just getting going here now. So.
Nippers have no respect for rank. Come back there. Come after them. That's what Well, I think the one that you're thinking of is when how many BIPOC people? How many
There's lots of media people here today.
Biracial. People of color. For whatever reason, they're finding
Be prepared to be eaten alone.
used to that.
There's lots of mosquitoes here. Try to get my mic out of the picture here.
Good morning. Welcome to
Good morning.
How's
My
it
bags
going?
took me to the wrong place. And I was driving, and I was like, this can't be right. I'm going nowhere.
I know. And I haven't been out here until right now, so I had to do the whole match.
Yeah. And took me on.
So, that actually was an option that popped up when I entered.
Yeah.
So we have one podium. We're going to have 3 or 4 series. So we'll be waiting then podium in between. But in terms of the I'm going to just step away from the podium and maybe do like scrum type things so I don't, every time the person changes, the interpretation.
Yes, no problem at all.
Sounds good?
That sounds good to me.
Perfect. So, someone wipes, and we just kind of be outside and see if I can bring these put that light down.
That's fine, I got that one. Because I live down Bond Street. I didn't know about this.
No, I'm gonna help you this because I'll put myself on top. That's and
Mine was this Jeremy dog. He told us. He told us. But fine, good look, man. We took 3 photos on the side. Yeah, they come up. We covered the protest. I think it was
yeah, so if you want to come around, you can, as long as you don't get blocking in camera. If you want to come around here, anybody, you can.
We're not allowed to.
Media, everybody good to go?
Hang on a second.
Waiting for you to go. Do you want to turn it on now?
You can turn it on now if you like to, yeah. What did we drop? We drop something? Good?
I'm good.
You guys all good? Yeah? Good? Okay. Did you want to? Yes. Okay, let's try this out again to the white side.
Hey, brother. Hi. Don't mean to get no. I wouldn't want to block that one.
We're all good.
Yes, sir. All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Glenda Power. I'm the Director of Strategic Communications for the RCMP in Newfoundland and Labrador. And I crossed my fingers that the rain would stay away. So I'm glad the weather gods are shining on us and we have a nice day, because it would be really terrible to have an ATV announcement inside a conference room or something, right? So we're glad for that. Thank you all for coming. We are here to launch phase 2 of the RCMP's ATV Safety Campaign. You'll hear from our commanding officer, Assistant Commissioner Chess Parsons, here on my left. You'll also hear from Corporal Jolene Garland, the Media Relations Officer for RCMP&L, as well as Staff Sergeant David Ossinger, who's the officer in charge of traffic services for the province. And we'll also hear a few words from Bruce Keating, who is the President and CEO of the Newfoundland and Labrador Liquor Corporation. I want to acknowledge that we've had tremendous support from safety partners and really appreciate the representation here today. So in addition to those I've just mentioned, we have Rick Noseworthy of Avalon Trailways, Len LaRich and Michelle of Safety NL, Elwyn Stacy of Ride the Rock Adventures, and Aaron Guilfoyle of the Newfoundland and Labrador Brain Injury Association. All of these partners are very invested and supportive in any measures to increase the safety and decrease fatalities of involving ATV use in the province, and we're appreciative of their attendance today. I also want to acknowledge Superintendent Dan Austin, who's here. He's the senior officer in charge of the East District. We also have Inspector Richard Marshall with us, and of course other detachment and headquarters police officers. I'll now invite our commanding officer, Chess Parsons, to the podium once it gets a little COVID scrubbed.
Firstly, good morning, and I'd like to thank everybody, especially our partners, for being here today in the launch of phase 2 of our ATV Safety Campaign initiative that was launched last year in phase 1 and enjoyed a tremendous amount of success. Many thanks to, again, our partners, but also in chief to the people of Newfoundland and Labrador who took our words of advice and warning very seriously, and we saw a very material reduction in the number of fatalities which accrued to ATV accidents. So this unto itself is something to be very, very proud of for everybody in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. Certainly, when we look at the year of 2020, we have 17 people who passed away. And I could not help but think while I was driving down here with Sergeant Major, there are people who will watch this when it is broadcasted, who may well watch it today and could very well be deceased by the time the riding season is over. This is a very important thing to understand. We in the first response community, all of us, deal firsthand with the aftermath of these tragedies. We see the direct and very deleterious impacts that it has on the families affected. And we really believe and we really would like never to have to see that sort of thing again. We believe that a program like this will have a tremendous impact on people in terms of their choices, how they operate these vehicles. Something as simple as a helmet on so many occasions would have saved a life. And this is very, very important to understand. We acknowledge, and I acknowledge again with great thanks and appreciation, the people of Newfoundland and Labrador who have wholeheartedly bought into this program, and we have again, as I said, seen a reduction in the number of fatalities. We have great partners from Trailways. Mr. Keating is here to speak as well today. We have great partners. And it's a broad partnership with people in Newfoundland and Labrador. Having said, I suppose, all that I have to say here today, now I want to introduce Corporal Jolene Garland. She will talk more about phase 2 of this great program, and I want to thank again everybody for being here today, and again to the people of Newfoundland and Labrador for their cooperation, their assistance in this very noble undertaking. Thank you so very much.
My name is Corporal Jolene Garland, Media Relations Officer for the RCMP here in Newfoundland and Labrador. Thank you for coming. The RCMP is pleased to continue with the promotion of safe and legal operation of off-road vehicles in Newfoundland and Labrador in response to the high rate of fatality that occurred in RCMP&L jurisdiction last year, where 17 people lost their lives while riding on off-road vehicles. Today, we launch phase 2 of our ATV Safety campaign, which will continue into Labor Day weekend. Phase 1 of the campaign, we focused on the use of visuals and simple messages to create an emotional response to the devastating impacts of ATV deaths for the loved ones left behind. We were pleased to receive a high level of engagement and support from the public, not just for the elements of the social media campaign, but also for the enforcement activities related to off-road vehicles in RCMP&L. While we recognize that there are many people who do not follow the rules with respect to the operation of off-road vehicles, we are confident that a vast majority of people obey the law and wear the proper safety gear to ensure a safe and enjoyable riding experience. In preparation for phase 2 of the campaign, we asked the public for submissions of photographs of ATV enthusiasts showing what they do right and when operating their machines in Newfoundland and Labrador, riding safe, riding sober, and wearing the proper safety gear. We reached out through our social media platforms, as well as to our partners for submissions of images. We asked, and what a response we got. We were overwhelmed by the approximately 150 photographs that were submitted to assist us with our campaign. We reviewed all of the submissions and we selected images to highlight during our campaign that best fit with our main campaign messages and our hashtags of hashtag wear the gear, hashtag ride safe, ride sober, hashtag live to ride, and hashtag ride to live. The images we will share through the course of the campaign will showcase operators doing just that, all while enjoying the great outdoors of our beautiful province. Phase 2 of our ATV Safety social media campaign will also capture the enforcement efforts taking place in RCMP detachment areas. We would like to thank our partner agencies, Newfoundland and Labrador Liquor Corporation, Avalon Trailways, Avalon ATV, Safety NL, Ride the Rock Adventures, and the Newfoundland and Labrador Brain Injury Association for their continued interest and support in the promotion of safe off-road vehicle use. We would love to see continued support from the public during phase 2 of this campaign by sharing our social media images and enforcement posts and by talking about ATV safety with your loved ones. I now invite Staff Sergeant David Ossinger to speak to enforcement efforts.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Staff Sergeant David Ossinger, and I manage the traffic enforcement units for RCMP Newfoundland and Labrador. Very pleased at the public response we've received to our social media engagement and to our enforcement of ATV safety. Our province has seen too many deaths and tragedies as a result of the negligent and unlawful use of off-road vehicles. It's always been our job as police officers to enforce safe operation of all types of vehicles. But with the alarming number of deaths in our province, we've implemented an enhanced plan to focus on speeds, use of safety equipment, underage drivers, and alcohol use with off-road vehicles. Members of traffic services units are now equipped to conduct covert surveillance in the gathering of evidence in collaboration with detachments in order to support charges where appropriate. Our goal is not to ruin someone's fun, but to prevent further deaths. It's unusual for police to resort to covert investigative methods for ATV offenses, but we do this with the safety of the public top in our mind. These measures have primarily been designed to avoid cases where riders simply take off on us when we activate our lights and sirens. When riders do this, they sometimes escape the consequences of their driving behavior. But their efforts to get away also cause greater risks to themselves and the public. So we've developed techniques to overcome this, while still gathering evidence to support prosecution. The theory is simple. If they don't know they're being watched, they're not going to take off on us and try to cause a pursuit. The idea here is that the police may be watching and gathering evidence of dangerous driving behavior in a community, even though a marked vehicle may not be present and local people may be unaware that we're in there. The goal of these enforcement initiatives is to target the types of driving behavior which are resulting in deaths and serious injuries from off-road vehicle use in our province, and also to educate ATV users on the importance of responsible operation of recreational vehicles. I invite any concerned residents to contact their local detachment if they have ongoing, persistent concerns regarding off-road vehicle use in their community. But in closing, the RCMP appreciates the many Newfoundlanders and Labradorians who use their recreational vehicles in a responsible manner. These are not the operators we're targeting for enforcement. I'm quite pleased, in fact, to see this phase of our campaign, in fact, celebrating the many wonderful opportunities which the safe use of ATVs provides in terms of enjoying the great outdoors and connecting with other outdoor enthusiasts. Thank you. I'd now invite Mr. Bruce Keating, the President and CEO of Newfoundland Liquor Corporation, to join me at the podium. Sir.
Thank you very much, and good morning, everybody. First of all, we're very, very proud as an organization, NLC are very, very proud to partner with RCMP and the other partners on this very, very important initiative. And more broadly, like I say, just RCMP have just been a tremendous partner over the years with NLC as well. So like I say, we look forward to this initiative and many more that will occur in the future. I guess in terms of this initiative, from our perspective, we share the views that you've heard that it's an area where there are too many deaths that are preventable that are taking place because of irresponsible use of ATVs in some of the numbers that were mentioned, almost 20 people who have passed away last year because of that. And while driving sober is just one component of what it means to drive safely, obviously from our perspective, that's a very important one, and it's an important part of one of the areas that we need to address and that we'll continue to advocate for and focus on public education and other areas. And I guess the big message is that when we look at these deaths, they really are tragedies for the people involved, for the families that are affected by it. And from all of our perspectives as partners, they're tragedies that are avoidable. And I guess that's the real objective, is to eliminate those tragedies and those fatalities and just bring those numbers much further down. We see similarities between this initiative and the kind of culture change that needs to take place and has taken place in other areas. So we know over the last 15 to 20 years, for example, there's been significant progress made in terms of drinking and driving and DUI and fatalities related to alcohol on the highway. Similarly, we've seen a cultural change like that when it comes to seatbelt usage, because I know I grew up at a time probably when seatbelt usage was very, very limited. And over time, we kind of made the cultural changes around that as well. So that now I think most people wouldn't think about getting into a vehicle without buckling up before they moved. And that's the kind of culture change that we need to see when it comes to ATVs, and the same sort of standards that we want people to bring to it when they're operating these vehicles, which are obviously high powered and they can be quite dangerous. So over time, like I say, we look forward to working with our partners and focusing on public education, supporting the enforcement efforts of the RCMP and others, and working with this government as well, just as much as legislative changes and things like that, to support new standards and so on, to help us really tackle the issue. And from our point of view, we view the campaign as one step in a multi-year campaign to improve safety and eliminate avoidable tragedies that alter those lives of those affected forever. So for that reason, we are very, very pleased to partner with the RCMP on this campaign. And from our perspective, again, the timing is absolutely perfect, just as we're getting into the May 24th weekend. And as people head out to enjoy the long weekend, I guess our message that we share with everybody else, especially after a difficult year that everybody's had this past year, is that if you're heading out on the weekend, please drive safely, please drive sober, and make sure you wear your safety gear. Thank you very much.
So thank you, everyone. I just want to mention, our commanding officer touched on the deaths. So 17 people died operating off-road recreational vehicles in this province last year. Up to this point this year, we've had one fatality. For the same period last year, there were 4. So it's certainly encouraging. But of course, we have the long weekend coming up in the summer riding season, which is why we felt it was extremely important to continue the campaign through this season, especially. As Corporal Garland mentioned, we had an overwhelming response from the public, and those 150 pictures that came in over 2 days. So, people are going to take the time to send in pictures. There's obviously a lot of support out there from the ATV community, which we see with the presence of Elwyn Stacy and Ride the Rock Adventures Facebook group. Avalon ATV is a great partner as well. So we're really hopeful that the message is sticking and will continue to have impact over the summer. Some of the images you'll see here, they were all submitted from the public, either residents of the province, a few from tourists who visited the province in years past. So the top picture there is from Ted, who lives in the United States. And of course, there's an impaired message there: park before you pour. Nothing wrong with having a nice beverage, but don't do it when you're operating your ATV. The other one is a family from Conception Bay South, the mom and her 2 kids. Now, they happen to be on a side-by-side there. You may not see it from the picture, but she still makes sure she got the helmets on, even though it's not required by law. And we certainly recommend that helmets be worn at all times on all vehicles. And then we have a collage of a few pictures at the back. So we'll be releasing more of those over the weeks of the campaign. So all of our spokespersons here are prepared to take questions from the media, just to help facilitate that a little better so we don't have to wipe down the podium every time we change someone answering a question. What we'll do is have scrums. We'll get the spokespersons to come to you and we'll tee them up so Jolene can assist with that. But before we do that, we're going to do a prize draw. So every person who submitted a photo for phase 2 of the campaign has a chance to win some swag and some really good prizes. So Jolene, maybe you could get ready to pull the names. The first prize is a helmet and a chest protector donated by Avalon Trailways, and Rick Nosey is a representative here. I'd have you pull the name, Rick, but because of poor COVID, we're just having one person pull the names. So the first person is going to win that prize. Fantastic prize. Who do we have?
Doreen Anstey.
Awesome. Doreen Anstey is the winner of that prize, and we will be in touch and get that to Doreen. Next prize, we have some great swag from Newfoundland Labrador Liquor Corp, as well as some RCMP merchandise, and Safety NL has provided a gift certificate for a free motorcycle safety course, and that's a great value. And of course, we highlight safety on all vehicles, so we were happy to accept that, and thanks, Lynn, for providing that. So the next prize winner is
Monty Bartlett.
Monty Bartlett. So come on down. So, by the way, if we'll be sending this out wherever someone lives, we'll ship it out. If they're in the general area, we'll deliver it, but we'll make sure the prizes get out. And finally, we have another swag bag, RCMP merchandise and Newfoundland Liquor merchandise. Winner number 3.
Aaron Hodder.
Aaron Hodder is the recipient. So those are the 3 prizes. We'll now take some time to conduct interviews. Whoever the media wants to speak with, myself and Jolene will facilitate that. Thank you all for coming out on this beautiful day. And on behalf of the RCMP and Newfoundland and Labrador, wish you a very safe and happy May 24th long weekend. Thank you.
Are you doing the motorcycle draw?
The motorcycle draw was in with the first swag bag. Yeah, the second prize. Yeah. All right, thank you very much.
We could take Darlene's back.
All right, so who do you want? Maybe we'll tee it up as a group.
I got a stick. Oh, you got a stick? You got a plastic band, Mike. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Absolutely.
All right, perfect. That's what I was hoping for. Did I ask you a bit about this program too?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Read a lot of we can even go back to school so we don't interrupt them too much.
No, sir.
So if you get right there.
Yeah. Staff Sergeant.
Staff Sergeant, if you get right there, we should be able to.
All right. First off, first and last name title.
The whole thing, not east or west.
Right, we've got.
Okay, so I guess first off, we're here at the launch of phase 2 of the ATV Safety program. So this tells us how to do
Last time it was Matt Christie.
Yeah, so Matt's in charge of traffic services east.
East.
So Dave is the whole problem. Yeah.
You know Matt because.
Oh, come on.
Such a natural.
No, Matt was really helpful when I was living in Corner Brook because we would deal with him a lot.
Yeah.
Huge traffic circles west.
Yeah, things were a little formal. And
And
but I mean,
like a third person. You mind if you pop up your hat just a little bit? Just so straight up.
I take it off.
Len, can I talk to you for a little second here?
Pardon?
Can I talk to you with you just a second on Ride Rock? Okay, so introduce yourself. We got the camera running here live.
Oh, wait, no. I got hearing aids in.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
real nuisance.
There you go. Yeah. So you're Len.
Yep, my name is Len Larish. I'm the president and CEO of What's Safety NL.
Okay.
Used to be the Newfoundland Labrador Safety Council, dating back to 1954 up until today.
Oh, okay. So you now put off training courses, correct?
We do a number of training programs. One of the areas we're very interested in is with the off-road safety program.
Mm-hmm.
So we teach courses in ATV, snowmobile, UTV, side-by-sides, Argos,
Okay.
and dirt bikes, of course.
And how many courses do you put off a year?
Well, it's usually by demand.
Okay.
From a corporate side. And what we're hoping to do now at this stage of the game is to expand that to offer it throughout the province.
Oh, okay.
We'd like to get into municipalities and different service clubs and groups to teach about ATV safety, snowmobile safety, UTVs, and so on.
That's awesome. So we're going to have you on our show sometime.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk about that. And maybe there's some members that would, or clubs that would be interested, excuse me, I'm fogging up here, interested in having you come to their area and put off a training course or do it online too, right?
We can approach it whichever is the most suitable way. One of our big challenges in the province, of course, is that I guess getting into rural Newfoundland to a point where you can really get into some good, significant training for individuals. So we're looking for opportunities to.
Well, we'll open up some doors. We got 6,800 members on our Ride to Rock's Facebook group site.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely look forward to you. You got my contact right now, so we'll.
We have 5 trained Canada Safety Council trained instructors in the organization, and we're quite open to traveling around the province.
Okay.
And offering our safety training.
Good. We'll discuss price and all that later on, but the service that you offer is awesome, and I'm sure we're going to capitalize on that, and we'll promote you as much as we can on our website or our Facebook page. And so I really appreciate it, bud. And there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you for talking with us for a few minutes. Thank you.
Well, somebody's trying to bring that down. How frustrating is it to see a number like that almost year after year?
It's frustrating in the sense that I know each of those deaths is completely preventable. And so it can be a little troublesome to see people engaging in behaviors that are just needlessly risky. I understand the thirst for excitement and adrenaline these vehicles do provide. I just wish people understood you can enjoy all of those benefits and thrills and the fun without needlessly throwing your life away.
We asked Matt Christie, your colleague Matt Christie last time, how hard it is, I guess, if you have to go and notify somebody that they're loved one. has been lost. Like, I guess how frustrating is that conversation to have, or how does it make you feel knowing you have to have these conversations, knowing that some of these deaths, as you just said, could have been prevented?
So you guys may not recognize this fella here with that hat on.
How about I took it off?
But this is Rick Nosworthy. He's been on our show several times, and we're going to have him on the 9th, right? Now the boys don't even know that you're coming in on the 9th with us.
Okay.
But we're going to be doing some more discussion about the trails and the trail systems and the different what Nova Scotia got and what New Brunswick got, and we're going to open up that discussion a little bit. And so you're here today. You donated some stuff here.
Yes, so we've been involved with the RCMP now for several years.
Mm-hmm.
In schools, we actually trained RCMP officers in the CASI program. We've been in well over 150 schools with the auxiliary teaching ATV safety and all that. And then, of course, when this came up, they thought that we were a fit, and we were quite proud to be a fit. So
there you go.
well for us.
Yeah, that's good. I was watching the day as we were coming in here. I would say between 15 to 20 trucks with ATVs or UTVs going west, and they're all going out for the weekend.
Yeah. It's going to be safer to be in St. John's this weekend on an ATV.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. And so we just want to get the message out there. I mean, this province is just awesome for tourism, for the backcountry. There's all kinds of things on the go. Last night we were listening to Patrick from Nova Scotia, and I mean, he's an avid Newfoundland rider on the ATV side, and it's only for you guys we wouldn't have the trail system that we got here now and maintaining it and that kind of stuff. So we really appreciate
Well, I appreciate that. It's you guys are trailways, yeah. You know, we've done. I'm proud of what we've done, but there's a lot of people done an awful lot of stuff.
Yes,
and it's growing. It's an exciting time to be involved with ATVs.
It is definitely.
You know, trunk lines are coming on well now.
Yeah.
Adam Hindi has just been a machine.
Yeah.
So it's good. You guys have been a big help to us.
That's good. I mean, that's what our site is about. Yeah. Is we want to promote the safety aspect of it, but we want to promote the tourism part of it, and then having the connections between the old railroad to the different communities. So when folks are coming to ride across Newfoundland or the island, that they can pop down in some town and know that there's a nice place to stop and have a picnic or that kind of stuff. And
that's what it's all about.
And it's all working together, right? So, but we really appreciate you coming on the show so many times. And,
we appreciate that too.
We're going to have to start paying you, you know?
Actually, I got some shirts for you.
Oh, dear.
Start giving away on behalf of us.
There you go. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Okay. Okay, thanks, Rick, for your time. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Different way of doing it. I appreciate your time, man. Thanks so much. Nice to meet you. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought it was your tripod. Sorry. Calm down, man. We'll get through it. Basically, starting on it all. That's fine. Basically, Friday.
It is Friday.
That turns into something else on Friday.
As you were last week.
Clears his mind out all the care, comes back Monday brand new again.
I think I should take a step that way, switch it. Thank you.
I'd like to take the head off the line.
No.
TV show on cable, registered cable line. I wasn't sure he did that.
Yeah, no.
So many to get in the going, are we?
Yes, yeah.
I would like it on tape because other people see this.
We do
First and last name?
Rick Nosley.
We do a Ride the Rock, which is a Facebook page. Our group, a couple of buddies got together and decided they open up a Facebook.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You program this with your Yes, we certainly do. It's a great program. We've seen results. We're hearing about it all the time. And, certainly raises attention.
Quite often after a long weekend, Monday morning, Tuesday morning, we're dealing with fatalities. What do you expect this weekend? Do you think this program would impact people this weekend?
I certainly hope. The timing of this is fantastic. It's about awareness. Of course, May 24th is what we call the start of our ATV season. This certainly puts it fresh in people's minds. This is a fun weekend. Everybody wants to get out. The weather is perfect. This is the perfect shot there, the reminder that let's be safe.
Rick, I know that I've asked you many times before myself, but I guess how frustrating or how upset does it make you when you see another ATV death that could have been prevented?
So that's just we can park these machines each day. So there's risk involved. We have to mitigate the risk. The very basics. These are so much fun. This campaign has just shown that. You see the pictures. An ATV is not a terrible machine that comes out of sheds and kills people. We have and things as mentioned earlier, for years.
No, thanks so much.
People used to smoke in the cars, smoke in stores. People wouldn't wear like that. All that's changing, and we're going to change the culture with the ATV. And, we have a situation where people are going to look at it as more fun than
I'm very passionate about ATV, but why is it sort of you dedicated a big part of your life to ATV? Why is this so important to you?
I don't know why. But we do a lot of it started out like something I started with my dad as kids. We went off as a family and we seen when that railway started, the message not getting out there, and we got involved. I became an ATV safety instructor. Has gone there, and it's great.
We go by one of the signs.
Yep.
Bruce.
Yeah. We're just curious, are these signs going to go up? See,
Which? Oh, I don't know.
no, I know, but you're not possibly in it.
No, but there are some.
I'll get you those shirts.
Sure. Okay. So this is it. To shut things down here. It was a pleasure to come here with and hopefully we'll do this more often, and we'll take in some adventures that guys ATVs. So I'll close off here. Thanks, guys. Oh, buddy, I'll tell you.
If someone hits you on the trail with that.
Yes. That is awesome. Appreciate it, yeah. Oh, the mosquitoes, eh?